line up for you today, featuring special guests from right here in beautiful Guyana as well as from abroad. She's Guyanese, right? Right? Just
The other guest?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
all right,
she's
just checking.
Guyanese.
Our aim, as always, is to keep you informed, connect you with incredible opportunities, and make a positive impact on both you and your community. Now, depending on where you're tuning in from, grab your dial and tune into 99.7 FM in Georgetown and Anai, or catch us on 89.9 FM in Ituni, Maruka, and Port Kaituma. If you're in New Amsterdam, you can tune in on 98.9 FM. And don't worry, if you're everywhere else, you can get us on 99.9 FM. If you'd also like to join the conversation this evening, you can connect with us via the EduFM's Facebook page, where we have our Facebook Live. You can comment there, or you can reach out to us on WhatsApp. That is on 600-8343, 600-8343. For those of you who know that listen, I know people that fret that they don't have radio. I'm one of those people. If you know anybody that frets because they don't have radio, tell them no worries. They can always catch the live stream on EduFM's website. That is at www.edyoou.fm, and experience the empowerment wherever you are. All right, let's get into it. Martina, what's going on?
Girl, so much. so much. The weekend was packed. Yesterday was 3 days in one.
Yeah.
And today is 3 days in one. I don't know. It felt like we had 72 plus hours.
I get it. Tuesdays
I'm
are
still
always my
going.
longest day. And it seems never ending. My Tuesdays never really end until like midnight, probably.
It doesn't end. Wednesday is Tuesday.
right? Yeah.
Because I wake up and I'm still thinking about the program. And then the first thing when I open my phone, I see messages from people asking about this or that on the program. And I would give them the answer, or I'd point them to the live. I'm preparing my kids for school right now.
Yeah.
It was probably around 7:15. We talked about this thing. I'm not really sure, but I'd send them the link, and then later in the day
just
when I
the link
settle
sharing
down,
thing. Anybody ask me anything, just check the link, please. I can't remember, but
and I give them
it's
like
there.
a
I know we talk
timestamp.
about it. I said we talk about it after we talk about this, so let's go there.
Yes.
And I gone because I have a lot of things to do in the morning. Mornings I don't have time to entertain anybody. I mean that in the most polite way possible. But in the mornings, it's all about. I'm always late. I always wake up late, and then I have the taxi that comes
Whatever
for me at
happened to an
7:30.
alarm?
Girl, I'd look at this alarm and be like, I could probably use like a half an hour more. And then I'll forget that I gotta cook, right? So now, and then my taxi, he comes promptly at 7:30. And I feel so bad when I have him waiting. So then I gotta be hustling and bustling. And then my son wants to go to the bathroom and have the pipe running, have the shower on, and singing and splashing around because it gathers water because of how fast the water is coming in before it can go out. It gathers water, and he knows that, so he's gonna splash and wet up everywhere. And then he's going to say, Mom, come hear me sing. I'm like, yeah, cool, why?
A taxi man outside.
Yep.
But what did you do on the weekend, apart from drying up splashed water?
I was recovering, actually.
But you went out, remember?
I went out.
I saw that on Facebook. I wasn't even invited.
How did you see? I didn't post anything on Facebook.
Yes, you
the
went
one
out
post
with,
I talked about with the Juve thing.
Lunch, dinner date with your son.
Oh, yeah, that's different.
I think that was so
Saturday.
cute.
So, here's how the entire holiday period went. Thursday, I went Kess with my colleagues, and it was really fun. Then Friday, I went Juve. That was also really nice. There's the second time I've been. Kind of not my thing. Probably
Wait, tell me something about Juve, by the way. Is it one of them early morning things for real? Like here in Ghana, is it the early morning one?
It was late night into morning.
Oh, okay.
Late night into morning.
So my first Juve experience was not here. You've had Juve overseas before, and you know it's not a night thing. It starts 2 o'clock in the morning.
No, well,
so I went 10 o'clock.
The crowd really gathered.
Everything was done.
The crowd really gathered at around 10, 11. That's when it was still gathering. Okay. And then, as with these things, you have grown to accept it. 2 fights started. After the second one, I was like, not it. Nobody gonna hurt me. I will not be another statistic.
I saw that.
I refuse to be a statistic. Like, I'm going home. And when we left, I don't know what was happening, but we ended up driving up a one-way. Police stopped us. And anyways, we give them a little talk, cool. They let us off, and then we end up at the corner of the same one-way road, picking jandy leaf, because my friend had to get jandy leaf for the next morning, so we were helping. So there were 5 persons in the car, 5 jandy leaf per man. We gotta go and pick these leaves for the boy, and we did a good deed, okay? And then we went home, and
it sounds like pure excitement.
it was nice. And then this Saturday, my son's school had his mother-son dance thing. Yeah, but when I showed up there, it was like I felt out of place. I felt like the really hot mom, because my son was decked out to the T. Everybody was dressed nicely, but I feel like we were overdressed. But
Also, you had on suits and tie.
No, I didn't know.
No, he didn't have on his suits and tie.
Yeah, he had on his suit and everything. So anyways, it was nice. It was a nice event. And then we ended up, I didn't want to waste the night in the fact that we dressed up and everything. So we ended up going to have a little date. My son and I were in the pictures. His dad was there, but he was one taking the photos. Whatever. My son and I... So we have this thing whenever we...
So now I know who was taking the photos.
Yeah. Now you know who was taking photos.
All right. That was one.
But but when we go out, we have this thing when we go to dinner. You order whatever you want.
Cheat night.
You order. So he
Cheat
ordered...
the diet night, people.
My son... I don't have a diet. I eat what I want all the time. But anyways, my son ordered ice cream for dinner. So yeah, he got ice cream for dinner, and then he decided, I want to eat ice cream and fries for dinner. Like,
whoa, nice. Sometimes you gotta do that,
Yeah, it was good.
Just
though.
drop
nice.
the rules, and
it was nice. And then we ended the night with a train ride, right by Movie Town. That was nice. And then
you went in the train?
Yeah.
It's for people under 10.
Excuse me? I could pass as a 10-year-old sometimes. Have you seen me?
You're like 6 feet tall, Ramona. Which
I'm 5'10". I am 5'10", okay? But yeah, they allow a parent to go in because my son is only 4.
Okay.
So I went in and I sat and we choo-chooed right through.
Well, my weekend did not have all those things. I was doing charity work. So
you tried with Trumpy weekend?
No, it was somber, like, Cause
you did good deeds, though.
Yeah, it wasn't anything exciting. It was trying to organize donations to specifically targeting my Kobe residents and those families that are grieving, because the organizers for the funeral wanted to get a specific item. They were not getting it. There's a shortage apparently. And I said, okay, I'll get it done. So the weekend spent chasing people down, tracking down all sorts of things, and I eventually got it. Shout out to Philip, because today he took it to Ogle Airport, because yesterday we didn't get the person who was supposed to pick it up.
Oh, this way you disappeared to Philip? Okay.
Oh, Lord. What did I just do? But shout out to Philip. He organized the transportation. I don't know if he took it or if he got somebody to do it. Philip, I'm covering for you here. But yes, they took it to Ogle, because the situation, getting it from Madia to my Kobe. Yeah. So they should be able to have it in time for the funeral. Yeah. I'm not going to say what it is. Yeah. But it's done.
But it's good. I'm sure it will be put to great use. And at this time...
Oh, I got to shout out the donors who worked with me on getting it and making the purchases. So let me tell you who those donors were. My company is one of those, Integrated Marketing Communications, Inc., and the others are, let me get that list, N. Balgobin and Sons, Obsession Fashion, Mel's Fitness and Nutrition Club, and Glossy Marketing and PR. So thank you so much for making it happen for those residents in their time of bereavement. Yep, it's a good time to come together. It's always a good time to come together, but even more so when we have these situations. So thank you so much. N. Balgobin and Sons, Obsession Fashion, Mel's Fitness and Nutrition Club, Glossy Marketing and PR. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Very much.
Great work, and it was just at such short notice. And they just came together and we can do it.
Yeah, it was a matter of days. I remember you mentioned it, yeah.
Yeah, so yes. Feels good. Like, that was the energy.
Yeah.
Although the cause. And of course, condolences to the family of the latest victim who succumbed to her injuries. That is a 13-year-old I can't, I'm not sure how you pronounce her name, but she's 13-year-old Sharana Daniels. She's also from Mycobi, so that brings 11 to the number of deaths, students from Mycobi who are attending the Madia secondary school. 11 from Mycobi, 20 in total from the Madia fire. Yeah, initially it was 10 from Mycobi. Several of them are related. 4 or 5 of them are cousins.
Yes,
So,
yes. 4 of them are cousins.
yeah, condolences to them. And shout out to you, Marty. Marty's our colleague here at EduFM. He's also
Marty
from the
D'Souza.
community, Marty D'Souza. It's so awkward because I'm called Marty in my family. So when I'm calling his name, I feel like I'm calling myself or something is missing. And then my family name is D'Souza. So it's very awkward. So shout out to you, Marty. Great job at what you're doing there, coordinating this. The funerals is no easy task.
And I'd also like to say, I mean, today I was out and I heard so many people. I mean, I feel like there are a lot of information as to what transpired, and the facts are there, it's out there, but still people are speculating and spreading false accusations and rumors, and this is not nice. It's malicious. It's not nice, especially for the families that are seeing these things. I mean, come on, we have to be a bit more sensitive with the information that we're putting out there. We're assuming things that may or may not be true. Unless you have actual facts, refer to the ministry's page, refer to the president's page, refer to some news entities. I can't even call names. But yeah, like, not everything you see out there is accurate. So you have to use your discernment and your discretion when you're reiterating things. I really can't.
I have been in radio 16 years and I've been in media. This month makes 23 years. And while it is something that we can advocate for people to show their discernment and discretion and to be considerate and kind, I know that we're not all the same. And our intellectual level, our access to information, our understanding of verifying things, it's all different. But I still implore people, do not take social media as your news as your news source.
Yeah.
If it's a legitimate media site, like a proper media site, and I'm going to give some names, like you could check Starbuck News. They're considered the most neutral. You can check the Guyana Chronicle. You can check all. In fact, check all. You got 4 newspapers. And
they will have something in common, and the bit that they have in common, that is.
And then you can put it
100%
together.
sure.
And you can figure out, well, this is, this is this. And
This is not to say that they're intentionally carrying or misleading, but it just so happens that sometimes one person might say one thing to one media house, and then somebody else comes and says another, and that's how you have the variation of information.
And it depends on perspective too.
As well.
I was listening to one guy, and he said when he got there, the house father was there crying for his son and asking to get him out. And then another guy who was also part of the group with the first guy who spoke said the house father was never there until after they arrived. He came. And I'm saying that we may have been there at the same time, but we saw different things based on our location. In addition to that, we remember things, sequences differently based on the impact that the situation would have had on us. For me, I'm always calm in a situation when it gets rowdy. I
have to breathe.
I tell myself to calm down. And then I'm always the one calling 911 and giving directions. Like every time there's an incident and a group of people around, I'm always the one calling 911. It's like I know the number
for
how
to respond.
Yeah, 624-2111 fire station, new one down at Hatfield Street, 912 fire, 913 water issues, 911 ambulance. Like I know these numbers off the top of my head, having worked in media and doing crime and investigative journalism. But not everybody has that. So when something happens, people panic and they try to figure out who to call. They might call a friend.
Yep.
Get familiar with fire drills, get familiar with emergency numbers, have a plan. For me, that's like mandatory. But again, man, this is a tough time. We've got people right here at UFM affected directly. And I say directly because it's family. You have Faye, you've got Marty. And it's a time to show support because you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. If there is a tomorrow for you or me, show support.
Yep.
Send love, appreciate everyone, and be considerate, be mindful, be conscious of what you say and the
Show
impact it would have on
compassion.
people. Yep. This
Like
situation
we were
made me.
humans, but some of us lack so much humanity.
Yep.
It's oh my gosh, it's uncanny. Like the other day, I opened social media and the amount of rubbish, rumors that are being spread. They're insinuating so many things. Oh, they wouldn't have died if this happened or if that had happened.
I have not gone back on social media for like to scout. I normally scout to get news
Yeah,
ideas.
it's painful when
I
you read these
haven't.
things, and then, I mean, it doesn't make sense. You even attempt to argue with anybody that does saying these things.
Like I haven't posted anything else. I haven't gone like I've really minimized how much
Yeah.
I do and what I consume, and certain things I see, I totally avoid. As soon as I see the headline or I see who it is or something, just I've
Yeah.
muted, snoozed. I love my snooze button on Facebook. Thanks, Mark Zuckerberg. I snooze people. Like
I
if I
don't
find
follow
you
them.
to be, yeah, I snooze you. If I'm not gonna unfriend you. Like
I'm gonna unfollow them though.
I
'Cause
just
I don't want to see
snooze
their
you.
content on my page anymore.
Yeah, I don't want to
I'll
see it.
keep you as a friend there because I might need you later. But but yeah.
Okay, now I know. All right, listeners, we've got our first guest in studio, and she's wearing her crown. It's glittering and glistening and shining, and I'm wondering what's that thing blinking in my eyes all the time. It's the diamonds in the crown. Let's welcome her, Alicia Bess-Anderson. We've got to put on our mic
I'm gonna
there.
say this again. We really need an applause thingy.
Okay, so in the interim, without it, let's welcome Alicia Bess-Anderson. Welcome, her first in-person studio since winning the. She's now the newly crowned Miss International Elegant Mother 2023. First in-person interview. Thank you.
Person, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. We come first, just like you.
All about women empowerment.
Put it out there.
Just putting that out there. Just putting that out there. Well, we had Alicia on the program earlier this year when she was talking about going off to the pageant, and we had mentioned that she's no stranger to pageantry. Not only did she walk away as queen in this, listen, oh my God, did you get every single prize?
Everyone
She
except
won.
one.
What?
Like that, what
I'm so
was
humble,
that one?
so humble.
That was Best Sunday Wear. So Miss St. Martin won that one, but I won the other
So you don't go to
prizes.
church?
Let's list the prizes.
So you don't know what to wear on a
Hold
Sunday?
on. Let's list the prizes that she won. She won Miss Photogenic, Miss Popularity, Miss Social Media, Miss Best Country Video, Best African Wear, Best Speech, Best Traditional Wear, Best Evening Wear, Best Talent, Best Interview, and Best The Final Word.
Word, yeah.
So here, I see BEST, BEST, and I kept saying BESS. Y'all didn't hear her name?
Yeah.
Alicia
Good for
Bess.
her.
Like,
So I
what
lived
else
up to
should she
the
come
name.
She
up
was
with?
the best.
She had the best, the
As
east
I
and
was
the west.
saying it, I had to make sure I say best. Best.
Yeah, she's
Son
like,
of
she
the
got
D.
the name. You know, some people, I feel like their names nurture them into who they become. Like Usain Bolt. You know,
Ooh.
bold, lightning, fast. Yeah. Like, how does that happen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Miss
true.
Bess. She
Yeah.
got Bess. Let me count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Wow.
Plus the crown.
Wow, I didn't even realize it was so much.
Well,
Wow.
cheaper by the dozen. She got a dozen prizes.
Right?
Well,
We're
I'll
like-
say shout out to my dad for giving me the best name.
Well, congratulations, Alicia. She's my
Thank
namesake
you.
too, you know. Oh, God.
Yes.
I feel so nice
Congrats.
tonight.
Oh, yes. It's always a joy being here with you ladies.
It's
We are
always
so proud to have you
exciting.
here. Oh my gosh. So tell us about the pageant. Tell us the experience. What was it like? I mean, you're no
It-
stranger to pageantry. What was it
Yeah.
like?
But at least this time I took it with some more aches and pains.
Was it age?
I will not say that because I'm frying wine, but but the journey was truly a good one. I must say the support from Guyana was so well and so warming, especially to see everyone online. So thank you guys for voting.
Yes.
And then I must give a shout out to the organizers as well, the BTA Foundation, because they would have created this platform. They really give us mothers a voice and a safe space to really explore and express ourselves. Because I would have reached with some amazing women on that stage. I must say the other mothers from the other countries were so great. We built such a good sisterhood, so that made the process a bit easier, to consume. Because in my younger days, sometimes pageantry can get a bit catty, but I must say with this one, it was just pure sisterhood, us having fun. So the journey to St. Martin, it had a few hiccups before I got there in terms of ironing out some back end stuff here to ensure I got all my pieces and everything correct.
Because I was looking at those things, I'm like, how did she get those? How did Randy package them culturally?
You see how many suitcases I had?
She looked like she was moving out.
So I asked if I met him for residency.
Like she left Miss Anderson. She just packed up everything, cutlery and everything.
But it's all worth it. I always believe if you're representing your country, do it to the best of your ability and represent Guyana to the fullest. So at least I was able to head out there and show them that Guyanese, we take pageantry seriously and we take representing our country seriously.
You had the most suitcases?
I guess so.
I was looking at her as well, and when I was looking at it, you were the tallest. There was one girl close to you.
Yeah, Miss Grenada was close.
But
to
you
Miss,
were pretty tall.
just
the other
6
girls
feet
look,
without heels.
and then she in 6-inch heels modeling.
Yeah,
I love my heels.
It's like a
I
like
love
a
the
mom.
heels, but I can't do 6 inches. But I do 4.
Yeah, well,
4.
since now I've head into the mommy ages, we're
Come
now
down
to
to
the
3
4,
and 4.
3 and 4 now. Like,
Because
I
I'm
can't
wearing
keep it-
6-inch heels, and you,
nice.
I'm barely reaching your shoulder. I was telling her when she came in, like,
And I'm
come
tall.
on.
I'm 5'10" without heels.
I wore my
Wow.
heels because I knew she was coming tonight and we're going to take photos. And I'm like, no, I'll disappear. Alicia,
Listen, but isn't Ashwini shorter than you, though?
oh, God. leave her alone, okay? Leave her alone. Now, Alicia, tell us about the moments that stood out for you at the pageant. I mean, you talked about the sisterhood, yes, but some of the moments that stood out.
Great food. I must say St. Martin is known for food. So great food and just great atmosphere. Like the week leading up to the pageant would have arrived the Monday, so it was packed with activities throughout. Like we barely got time to get some rest and then back on. So that's how pageantry usually is. But the moments that really stood out for me would just be when I got to the airport, the Guyanese Association over there, the St. Martin Guyanese Association, they surprised me with a welcome visit.
What?
So like, they're walking out the airport and saw some person, like, okay, there's like, Guyana! I'm like, wait, it's for me?
We extra.
You know, right? So that was so sweet of them. And then, of course, we got into all the activities. That was good. And everywhere I go was some Guyanese, some flag, someone just giving me well wishes and pushing me on. And then the night of the pageant, as I got on stage, all I saw was a parade of Guyanese flags. The Guyanese Association came out again, full force to support me.
It was like JC's.
Yeah. And they stayed till the end. So that was so great. They were like, we're waiting because we know we're making sure that our country's sealed because we're so proud of how you represented. And then, of course, they would have called afterwards. They even kept some after functions for me. So it was so great. So I must give a shout out to the St. Martin Guyanese Association. They really made me feel at home away from home. So that was so sweet of them. But the organizers really did a good job in keeping us busy, showing us St. Martin, really ensuring that we got to enjoy the experience and it's not just about pageant night. So I must give a shout out to David Williams and his committee as well for really ensuring that we had a rounded trip.
Excellent.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I feel like when I was looking at this pageant, and I've covered entertainment news, so pageantry was one of the things. When I was looking at this and following everything happening on social media, I said, this is like the first time I've seen so many different activities happening with a pageant before the final night. Usually you'd have maybe like a cocktail
Yeah.
before, and then the girls meet and they go out for dinner or they do some media stops. But this one was really, they treated y'all like y'all are not moms, and y'all are 16-year-olds.
It was a vacation for the moms.
But yeah,
That's really nice. That's really
I
nice.
Yeah, it was
enjoyed
real nice.
observing, and I
Yeah.
think it was good. Yeah, man.
The
David
best one
Williams
for
did
me,
well.
yeah, was when we headed to the bird sanctuary. So that was so nice. Birds were flying on my head and my hair and everything. I was like, oh my gosh! But it was so great because that was such a good experience.
She said that, oh my gosh, so enthusiastically.
Yeah.
I would be like, oh my gosh.
The first one caught me off guard, but then it was like, okay, they'll nestle a bit and hopefully they fly away.
No, I'd be holding on to my head, right?
Oh my god! Now,
Yeah.
as someone with extensive experience, and I say extensive
Ooh.
experience in pageantry, what do you believe sets apart a successful pageant contestant? What made you stand out?
It would have to be presence and confidence to me. Once you're entering a pageant, in order to stand out from day one, you need to set yourself, like set your trend, establish in terms of what makes you stand out from the other ladies. So for me, it was ensuring that all my pieces were up to date. Even to a simple interview, I knew I had to look like Queen Elizabeth. Rest in peace. Yeah, you had to ensure that you really set and market yourself fully so that you gain the confidence. Like a lot of persons reached me afterwards, and even to now, I was like, we were so impressed with the way you were dressing and carrying yourself, the personality we were seeing within your smile and stuff. So it's all about showing persons that inner you so that they start to gravitate and you start to build that fan base even before. Because it was so good to see persons like the supporters from other countries coming out and giving me compliments as well and really lending me support too. So it was good to see that universal aspect of pageantry being celebrated.
Explains the Miss Congeniality Award for you.
Not me. Miss Dominica Republic won Miss Congeniality and she's a sweetheart. So shout out.
Wait a
No,
minute.
but
Hold on.
And there's a
hold on.
signature. So I've been seeing
Miss
for
Popularity.
Yeah, I
yes,
want
not
Miss
other, for other
Popularity.
pageants, being referenced on social media and stuff. Apparently, you have a signature walk.
Ah.
Right? that everybody wants, apparently. So, like, yeah. I
The
mean,
Naomi
listen, as
Campbell
somebody
walk?
who is constantly complimented for my walk, like, yeah, hats off to you, girl.
Listen, she has, you know the song, the Naomi Campbell walk? Naomi Campbell walk. Yeah, she walks into that room.
Yeah.
And she's tall, so she's got the
And
presence.
do the
And then you
statement.
just stand up straight. Like, that's it. Like,
Yeah,
Posture.
posture is very
key.
important.
Yeah,
Didn't
posture
you-
is key.
Didn't you, the winner of the recent Miss India, didn't you
Yes.
train? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
She passed
oh,
on the
yes,
walk.
I remember. Yes, I remember. But yeah, like that thing. I mean, I've never been in pageantry, but
You
Since-
need to enter.
since
She
I've
should
been-
enter the next
Yeah.
Miss International.
I'm
Yes.
seeing the
Mom,
presence.
we're gonna,
Mhm,
yes.
mhm.
Randy's
So-
going to design your dress. Next
Yes.
year, the pageant is in Guyana. Yes. Don't change the topic, Ramona. Next year.
since I've been in secondary school, I've had that's when I noticed I had a walk. That's when my teacher started pointing it out to me. Says I was always stand straight and walk. Like
Mm.
I don't know, but it's only recently that I actually started paying attention to it when my colleagues pointed it out. We were
Oh.
playing a game of charades and we had to mimic each other.
Mhm.
And the first thing they did was mimic my walk. And I'm like, is that me? So that's what I do.
I've never been told I have a walk except, it's interesting. What if I should mention this? Let me finish. So my colleagues in Antigua said, depending on how I walk into the office, they know today is a day to just sit and be quiet. I
You
don't
have
know
a
if that's a good
statement
thing.
walk.
Yeah, just
I think
Don't mess with me.
there's
come
a
in and
quality
just
with me for
strut
that.
straight in.
If I'm in a bad mood, I wear red. So like, yeah, I wear red.
And that's
so,
my
like,
favorite color.
I still don't know the walk, but they're like, once I walk in with that posture,
just barge in, then don't mess with
they're
Martina
like,
today.
today is not a day to mess up. Like,
Yep.
we better get everything right. But for me, I would know my mood. Like, if they get something wrong in the news, and I will have to WhatsApp them and say, hey, correct that. And I hear it in the second newscast at 7:45. When I come in, they
Everybody
know we're going to have a meeting at 9 o'clock. I want to know who did it, why they did it, why they didn't correct it, why you're not following the messages, and fix it. Fix it on the internet because we got website. I hate the mistakes in when you're
Yeah,
reporting.
yeah,
People are
Yep.
depending on you. And so, but I didn't know I had a walk. I want to know what that walk is.
I'll pay attention to this walk.
You know, right?
Yeah, Mm-mm. But when I'm down, I come in at my best.
Yeah.
Like I would dress up and I would walk in and I would have this happy outlook, like
Ah.
because I have to create that happiness
Mhm.
to get over whatever it is that makes me feel down and get snap out of it. So I know that part, but I still don't know this walk. Somebody got to look at it and record it and charades me.
I was just about to say that.
Somebody's got to charades me. What with the next pageant? Yeah, the next pageant is set to be held in Guyana. What are
That's
your
correct.
thoughts and expectations? You gonna be training the next queen? And I
So-
say the next queen because we can win it again.
Can we win it again?
Yes. Ramona,
Alright.
you willing? She just train you?
You know, right?
Dead serious.
So there's so much in plan for it. The committee is really hoping to go full overboard to ensure that the pageant is really represented here in Guyana and given that full publicity and blessings. So the committee, I'll be assisting them in terms of helping them to be able to execute everything smooth for the pageant over here with it coming home to Guyana. And then for the local representative, I've been given the honor of being able to select that person to represent Guyana. So I'm hoping to keep a lovely mother's pageant. So that the mothers,
eloquent.
yes. So we already have one delegate
Aw.
lined up. And whoever
She's a
wins that
mother.
will be able to represent us on the international stage. And the response has been great. A lot of mothers have been reaching out to me saying they're interested in the pageant. They're really interested in, being able to express themselves on another side, especially the boy moms, because we know there is like the mother and daughter pageant, but the boy moms want something for them. So I think this is a good opportunity for
You having a boy mom's pageant? You can like. Victoria's not old enough. I gotta try with the sons until she gets there.
No, my
We're
son.
hoping to make the selection process
If
fun.
I'm to participate in a pageant with my son, you know what he will tell me? The same thing he's been telling me for the longest while. Mom, let me do my thing. And he will go
No,
do his own
you
thing.
left out something. I want to do my own thing. Oh my! I just love his confidence.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's very confident in the fact that he can do everything. He doesn't need help. Like, let me do it. And then later, when he's hanging from a ceiling or something, he'll be like, Mom, help! Yes, help!
The joys of
Precisely.
having a son. Oh my.
Precisely.
I live vicariously at her, looking at her experience. I don't have those experiences at this time.
You didn't have them in the past?
This child climbs off of. He would jump from the chair onto the grill, and then from the grill he can jump
Oh.
on the wall. He can slide down. Oh my goodness gracious! And I just let him do it,
Because you're
I
gonna
could-
get stressed out for everything.
and I
You
could-
talk all day.
I could just, and then I was telling babe, don't do this. You're gonna hurt yourself. And he's on listen. Cool. When he hurt himself, I looked at him. Cry. I dare you cry. I dare you. And he'd be like, no, I'm okay. Like, okay.
Wow. You're gonna get there soon. Just now.
Oh, you know,
Tyreek
right? My son
going
is
to-
already an energetic one, so now you're kind of scaring me there a bit. But
Oh my god! Now you know you have to deal with all this mommy. I don't want to say stress, but it's a little bit stressful sometimes. What prizes you have, to console you. What prizes did you win? You won titles, but what prizes were
Yeah.
you?
so
given?
there was a U.S. cash prize. There were also several other prizes, like items that moms would use that was given. One
Care
of them,
products.
yeah,
Okay.
care products, home products like appliances and stuff. A foot spa. One that I was really excited for was actually this ring light to do makeup, because I ended up breaking my ring light over in St. Mark's when I got it back as a surprise. Like, yes, but it was
Like
really some
TikTok,
good
take one.
prices. Yeah, makeup, jewelry, handbags and stuff. Some really nice prizes. So that was a good little addition to the cash as well.
That's very thoughtful. Like
Yeah.
giving you prizes.
That's
that
what
you
I
could use.
correct that I
Actually
could
use.
use,
Yeah.
because like one of them was a set, like a home package with like a brush and stuff, and there is me, I'm luxuriously brushing my hair and everything. I actually brushed it before I came out here, so
I
it
saw
was
you
good.
doing
It's
your
things-
thing
yeah,
outside.
it's literally things that you can use, everyday stuff that you can use. So that's really good, because as moms, we really need those items sometimes that we may take for granted, or we always was to pick up but never got a chance to pick up. So yeah, it was good.
body positivity. You know, that's a question I like to ask when I have these kinds of discussions. What was it like with other moms? Because as soon as we become moms, there are many changes in our bodies.
Yes.
And while we might be gentle towards ourselves,
People.
people are not gentle to us.
Yep,
Yep,
that's so
yep.
true.
What message would you what message did you get? What did you feel in this pageant in terms of body positivity?
I must say it was an empowering one because the mothers there, everyone was comfortable in their skin. Everyone was comfortable in terms of the persona that is showing out. Because that conversation actually popped up in one of the days that we were traveling to our different events. And it was so good and refreshing to hear everyone say that, you know, we don't listen to that anymore. It's out there, but we stay positive knowing that our bodies would have changed to accommodate a human being into this world. Our bodies would have changed, and for some of us, it's for the better because some of us are enjoying the curves. So it was so good and refreshing because a lot of time persons, and that's what I say, this pageant is really one with a difference because me and Miss Grenada was actually joking. I said, this is the first pageant we was able to eat whatever we want. Because usually in pageants, I remember my days was just salad and water or like a cup of tea.
Because you don't want a little tummy
Correct, you don't want a
pouch.
tummy.
You
You have
have
to
a
be in
bikini
swimsuit
segment.
and stuff.
Yes,
Correct.
yes.
But this one,
And you
we
gotta go
had
gym
fun.
early in the
Correct.
morning. And
I remember one day we went to lunch and we had a big plate of ribs. We just had some baby back ribs and we went down on it like with no remorse. So it was so good. I must say this was one pageant I had fun in that I didn't have to be so
pressure.
strict and pressured, to ensure that everything was perfect. So mothers, you
It
would
was
enjoy
perfect
it.
in a different way.
Correct.
It was perfect in a way that embraces who you are
that I got
and
to
not
eat.
forcing you to starve yourself to fit
Yep.
an
Yep.
image.
And that's
Yeah.
true because pageantry, I'm happy that it's starting to evolve because back in the days it was very strict. I remember one of my pageants I did, they said you have to be 130 pounds. You have to
With
lose
your
the weight
height.
with my height. So I
6
was
feet.
literally
Are
a
you midget?
walking stick in
6
that
feet.
pageant.
Hold on. I'm
I won-
134.
I
Yep.
want.
How could you be 130?
If I show you a picture, you'll laugh. I ended up being 138 pounds for that pageant, and they said I was overweight.
I'm 5'3".
And I was like skinny. So I was like,
I want
"What?"
40 right now, and I'm 5'10".
Wow. I
Wow.
can't imagine 6 feet
Yeah.
and one.
Yep.
I can't imagine my
Man.
husband at 130. He'd look like skeletal remains. Like I can't imagine.
Well, that
it.
was back in the olden days. It's refreshing now to see body positivity being expressed as well in the younger generations, not just us, let's say the mothers or so, but in these other pageants that are there as well. We're seeing a multitude of different body types, and I'm loving it. And I'm loving that everyone is bringing their uniqueness to it as well. Because I'm training for a few other pageants, and I'm so impressed with the young ladies every time I see them, and every time they talk and they say something, and I reflect. Like if you say, okay, XXX, and it's like, okay, well, this is my belief and my stuff, and they really stand. Like when we practicing question and answer segments, which is one that I always love, so I was so elated when I won that segment. The girls out there thinking and focused now, it's really going to bring about a positive change within the pageant industry.
And the Q&A was so much more. It had more depth than
More
Yeah.
meat.
than
All
what
the
you
questions
normally-
for this pageant
Yeah.
was based on motherhood, and they went in with some good questions this year, I must say. Even mine, when they hit me with it, I'm like, what?
What was your
They
question?
hit me for 6, but I was able to bat it.
What was your
For
question?
my own, they're like, list 2 ways in which mothers can take up space within society, or 2 reasons why mothers should take up space within society. I'm like, that is a good question because mothers indeed need to take up space. So I give my answer in that in terms of 1, to be a role model for our kids because they need to see us being that
Yes.
positive force so that they're motivated to do it as well. And then the second one was just for our mental stability, our confidence within ourselves to know that in any space we can set our mark and set ourselves forward so that we can have that self-pleasure.
You believe she had the question before?
You know, right?
No, but I like the questions. They
Yeah.
had depth. I always remember one Miss Universe, or it was a Miss World, who won Best Interview, and they asked, "What makes you smile?"
Oh, yes. Yes,
Like, that
the
was-
shortest pageant question ever.
What makes, like, really? What makes you
Yeah.
smile?
Food.
So me is like
Yeah.
food. Just give me some roti and curry. What you say, roti and curry or curry and
No.
roti?
Yeah.
I don't
Give
like
me
roti.
cashew.
Yes.
Give me fruits.
Some
I
baby
will
back ribs.
No.
Yeah.
And then that is subjective too, because who's to say? How can that be? How can there be a right answer?
Yeah, and that's it with pageantry and with answering questions in pageantry. There's never a right answer. It's all about you answering from your perspective. That's why it's always good to start with I believe, or in my view, this is what XX. Because it can never fault you for giving your view.
Correct.
So most times with pageant girls, and if the young pageant girls are listening out there, and you may be in a pageant now about to take part, never be caught up thinking that the judges want to hear you give the perfect answer. They just want to hear you give a human answer in terms of answering from your heart and answering
And
from
being
your
able
soul.
to justify your answer.
Correct.
Provided that you interpret the question correctly.
Yeah.
Oh my
It's
gosh,
all a lot of techniques that
Yeah.
are,
I
are
was
tied into
I was
it.
listening to this interview. I don't know how long ago it was, but so the
What's
question
your favorite
was
dish?
no. The question that was
Pyrex?
posed was what is one illegal thing that you would like to make legal? And this person repeated this question about 5 times in different ways and still did not understand what the question meant.
Wow.
Right, and then they had like 30 seconds to answer. The time went out because she kept asking the woman to repeat the question. But yeah, like
It can be nerves.
There was a
caught up
question
with
at
her
the pageant.
too.
Like I said, I covered a couple of them. One of them was, the question was, what message do you have for the youth? Something to that effect. What message do you have for the youth in relation to drugs? And the answer was, drugs will kill you and make you die. Like,
But it is
Well,
accurate.
but it's like you will
Yeah.
definitely die.
it's like
If you didn't understand,
didn't-
kill you.
like if you didn't
Definitely.
die from the kill, you definitely die from the die.
Yeah. But yeah, it was like emphasis.
Yeah. But persons, I must say, when you're up on that stage, especially if nerves are
Nerves.
kicking in, sometimes you're just left blank. So you must give respect to pageant people, especially when it
Yeah,
comes to
yeah.
answering questions.
Especially you're there, you have to answer questions.
Exactly.
There's so many eyes on you.
And then
And if
with
you
the
just-
day of
yeah.
technology, you're scared you become a meme.
Right.
So you're
Right.
trying to ensure that whatever answer you give is to the best of your ability.
And
And,
it's
you know,
legible, it's
Correct.
intelligent.
correct.
Listen,
Because-
even on this program, I have blank moments.
Me too, me too.
And this is not, we're not being judged. We're not on a stage where we're going to be criticized for it. We're not going to get points, scores,
Yeah.
lose
Yeah.
prizes or anything. Or your country vex when you come back
But
without
even
a single
in any
prize.
situation, did we have
Wait,
those?
hold on. Wait. I just said something, your country vex. That you didn't come back with any prize. Alicia, take all. How do other people feel?
I did not. Well, technically, I did not take all. St. Martin won
No,
one.
you took most. You took like
You took
majority.
12 plus the title. Like, nobody else got
But
to take home one
what I
thing.
must say is that for a lot of us, it was the fun in terms of the pageants. Like I see my pageant sisters posting because we all are connected on Facebook now. We all are like them commenting on each other's stuff. And they were actually said they enjoyed the experience and they learned so much from the experience.
So
It's
there's
not
no
just
bad
about
blood.
the prizes, correct. It's not just
Yeah.
about the prizes.
New friendships.
It's about correct the friendship and the
experiences.
sisterhood, and that is one part of pageantry that I have always loved. Because even going up for this pageant, my past pageant sisters would have been there supporting me, reaching out, giving me such good positive words. So it's that, and at least now I know that I have 4 additional sisters now that we can give each other positive words. And up till yesterday, Miss Dominica was messaging, "How are you doing, love? How is everything?" Checking in, and that's it. We checking on each other, especially Miss Grenade and everyone. After checking on Miss Dominica, I now realize that, but everyone.
Because she reached out already. You
Miss
gotta go
Dominica
back.
Republic.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And I realized Giselle. I tell her, we always laugh with her and said, "You have a trademark name." So, but that is it. So it's not just about the prizes. Yes, I was fortunate enough to have won several of the prizes, of course, tying in with everything and the preparations and ensuring that all my pieces aligned with what was the expectations and the criteria. But it's more than that. It's about having good, healthy fun and building that sisterhood.
Tell me about this cultural wear.
Oh,
I am looking at it and it is so
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It was a great piece by Randy Madre. Shout out, Randy. He always give me fabulous thing. And it so happens 9 years ago, we would have won Best Evening Gown in St. Martin. And now 9 years after, we went back and we won Best Evening Gown again. So shout out to Randy. He's always phenomenal. So that cultural piece, it was based upon promoting or showcasing bird diversity of Guyana, as well with all those different landmarks that we have that is so valuable and we're known for, like the Kaieteur Falls, all of our ecotourism destination, our floras, our faunas. It was so great. And the biggest surprise, which I didn't post on Facebook as yet, when I turned to the back, is actually a big cock of the rock. The bird, the cock of the rock, a big orange bird. So I have to post that one. I'll post
I
the
can
video.
see the tail.
Yeah.
Yes, I can
So
see the
literally
tail.
when I turned to the back was a totally different costume. So it was a transforming one. I came out first with it just looking like a dress and I had on a back piece. And then midway of my routine, it transformed into that.
The parrot.
Nice. So you went out and you took your Guyanese heritage and identity with you on stage.
Yeah.
That's nice.
And he made all of those handmade and stuff.
Well, I don't think
He
people know
really
what I'm
put
talking
in
about
the
when you said he
effort.
made all of those.
Yeah, all of the birds, because I literally had like 3 big birds that I was carrying
There's
on
the
my
parrot,
shoulders. The parrot.
The macaw.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then you have, I don't remember what this one is called.
The toucan.
The toucan.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I see them a lot at Castellani
Yeah.
House in the trees when I'm
So
passing.
that guy is so creative. I went to him, I said, Randy, I have to do a traditional culture wear, but you know me, I don't just do simple. So I need it with a twist.
How did you
Give me a
package this?
reveal. It was
Did it fold up
tough.
like the Chinese flag? You know, not the
The-
Chinese
the
flag, the
fan,
Chinese
Yeah,
fan.
fan.
yeah,
It folds up
yeah,
like
it
that?
folds up
So it
like
goes
that.
out like a peacock
But
tail.
yeah,
I was looking at
but
them
it
like,
was
how
so
did
big
she
it couldn't
carry
even
that?
fit in a suitcase. We had to get a separate carry-on for that. So I must give a shout out to my
Wow.
cousin as well, Denicia. She was my chaperone. Thank you for helping to fetch my
Wow.
part, because she was really so instrumental in helping me to fetch
You,
that
you
part.
had an
exactly.
expensive bill to fly.
Yes, a very. You don't want to know the baggage
You had like
charges.
6 people. Wow. Just this
But it's
alone.
all worth it to ensure Guyana is represented fully. So I'm happy that I was able to really showcase, because everyone was impressed and said, wow, we didn't know Guyana had so many birds. And so I'm like, yes.
Yes.
We are a land, we have over 700 species of birds. So it was so good that I was able to use that as a stepping stone to farm conversations and really help to educate persons as well on the tourism aspects that we have in Guyana.
And if you want to see the outfit, you're going to find it on our Facebook page. And you can also find it on Alicia Bess-Anderson's Facebook page as
Yeah.
well. But check out EDUFM, EDYOU-FM. And that's on Facebook. You'll see the photo and you'll get to see her as well in her crown, because we're going to take pics and post them tonight. Alicia, what message do you have for other mothers who, you know, might be thinking about it but want to shy away from it because they think it's too judgmental and too
Or the misconceptions that they might have.
Yeah. Just take a stepping stone. You can only know until you get into it. And this pageant platform, it's an empowering one. It's for mothers. It's celebrating us as how we are, how we want to express ourselves, and no judgment or subjection, like what you were saying. When you enter it, at least for me, this journey has really been a good one in terms of really helped me to embrace several aspects of motherhoods, and even over there being able to chat with the other mothers about certain hurdles that we would have gone through, or that even now that we might still be battling. It's all about starting a conversation and taking a bold step. So any mother that's interested in taking that bold step, of course, you can reach out to me on Facebook, Alicia Bess-Anderson, or on telephone number 683-9494, and let's start a conversation. You can only know with pageantry, it's not just about being on stage and being able to express, but it's also about improving on your soft skills, you know, your public speaking, your
Etiquette,
confidence.
basic, yeah.
Exactly. Just like you saying, your walk, your posture. So this is just you having something fun or a medium that you'll be able to express yourself. So
And confidence
yeah.
actually starts in small things,
Exactly.
especially the walk. Like
Yeah.
the moment you adjust your posture and you
Arch
start
your
with
back,
that-
sit up in the
Yep,
chair.
and
Yeah,
it
but-
even
but
starts with
listen,
simple
don't
eye
go too far with this
contact.
arch in the back thing, right? but it's just something as simple as sitting up straight or standing tall and walking. Just giving you
Yep.
like fake it till you make it, right?
That's right.
So Alicia, show us the walk. Let our Facebook people see the walk. They can see
I don't
you.
think I have enough space here. These all legs.
Just right across here. Right across here.
But I must say, though, next year will be a great year, 2024, because with the pageant being held in Guyana, and a lot of countries are already showing interest, so that will be a great tourism boost for Guyana as well, with all these different countries coming in and being able to experience our culture. So I'm so excited for that aspect, for everyone to come. It kind of reminds me of when I did Jam Zone International, when all those different countries came in, and they were so excited. It's like, we always heard about Guyana, now we're getting to see it, and we're in love with it. So at least at minimum 10 or 15 mothers will be here, being able to experience Guyana as well. And I'll make sure to bring them over here so they can chat with you lovely ladies.
Yes. But that brings
And
me
this last pageant had only five.
Yeah, we initially started out with 18, but a lot of different factors, some mothers end up pushing back. So the ones that weren't able to make it this year said they'll be sure be coming next year.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's for the financing, the support, sponsorship.
Correct, because
all those
pageantry
things.
isn't cheap, because I'm so thankful for my sponsors that I was able to at least have sponsors come on board to help to sponsor part of my wardrobe. So that helped to make it a bit easier on me financially. So, let me give a shout out to my sponsors, Ministry of Tourism, Industry and Commerce. I was so happy to have them on board. They would have actually sponsored my traditional culture wear. So because of them, I was able to have that beautiful piece. Ultra Care Medical Center, Inc., M&M Snack It and Fast Food, Smile 592 Dental Studio.
Our boy.
Yeah, they would have sponsored my beautiful smile. So thank you for my whitening treatment.
Hey, Kevin.
Jacob's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Yeah,
Salon Royale, and some of my friends were so sweet and instrumental. They actually reached out to me, said, Alicia, do you need help? Do you need anything? Let us sponsor you. And they made monetary donations towards my journey. So shout out to my best friend Stephanie, my other bestie Natalia, as well as Nadine and Stoel. Thank you guys so much for reaching out and offering that olive branch. It really meant a lot for me, and I can't stop thanking you guys enough. So because of them, that helped to ease my burden a bit, because pageantry in those pieces, to be able to win all those special prizes, you have to come hard. You have to come hard and ensure I came hard in every segment. And because of the sponsor, I was able to maintain that. So
That's great. That's great. We talk about support.
Yep.
Yeah.
Supporting the queen. So let me ask you this.
Before she became the queen.
She's always a queen. She's always Miss Bess. You just take that.
Indeed, yeah.
How do you plan to utilize your platform to promote the importance of elegance and motherhood and the empowerment to a wider audience?
Yeah. I'm planning to use, especially this year within my reign, to really push. Like I started my Mom's Can initiative before I headed out to my pageants. I want to continue that, because the response of mothers was like, it's so great to see
Ramona's
persons
next.
like me. Yes.
Yes.
So I'm going to be pushing that, as well as really doing a lot of public outreaches to really motivate mothers out there, because a lot of persons are shy and it's like, we would really love to do this, but I'm so shy. I don't think I was a very shy tomboy before I started out pageantry, and look at me now. So I will be using this platform to really push that, and as well to push what the pageant stands for, and really show mothers that there's so much we can do. We are super women. A lot of us are balancing work, balancing family life, balancing even having a business on the side. So this is a medium that we're able to express and kind of relax a bit, and just be able to surround yourself with other women that will give you that positive upliftment. So you'll be seeing a lot from me within the year to come. And even beyond that, because I still have my pageant coaching business as well. So I'm really using that to push and give back to Guyana and the younger queens that are coming up, because we have some phenomenal ones. And I'm currently working with some great directors, and we're hoping to bring home several more crowns, regional and international crowns to Guyana.
You see how this one bring
year
her back
beyond.
out?
Yes.
Okay. I was telling Ramona, let's ask you this other question. Because
Okay.
we still got some time. What does this mean for you? You said you're going into other pageants, and this obviously has given you a boost because you
Other
had taken.
pageant? Me heading into other
Hold on.
pageants?
No. Here now.
Can't stop now.
When she came here the last time, remember we asked her if after this one she's going into
I am
more?
not taking any more. No,
So you're
no,
going
no,
on a
no.
hiatus again?
Yes. This was my 15th and the Grand Bang, so that's it.
But you're not 40 yet.
Don't say nothing, love. Oh.
Mrs.
No.
International 40.
What I'll be doing now, I'll be in the background. I'll be celebrating pageants in the background. I wouldn't be on stage anymore. It takes a lot out to you, Marty, you know.
I can see the news tomorrow.
You know, right?
I can see the news tomorrow.
You see, I can't speak
Marty,
from
I'll be
experience.
leaving it now to you and Ramona. So I will be, while you guys there, I'll be training you guys up. We're having everything
I
ready
have
and
enough.
polished. So
I
you
have
guys
enough.
going to win the crowns
I
now.
have enough. Ramona, I support you 100%.
Yes. Honestly, Ramona, I want to see you on stage. You have what
Yes.
it takes. I think you can easily win a crown.
See?
Yeah.
See? 2 people already
Yeah.
tell you. In
2
one
fans
night.
you already have already.
3,
and-
look, Ashwini
Yeah.
hand up. 3 people in one night.
I'll be coming for Ramona. I need to see you on stage.
I can leave her number.
Yes.
I can give you her
Yes.
number when we finish the program. And you start working on her. We're going to go to Randy and start working on her
Yes.
gown.
Mhm.
We're going to do the speech training. We can start
Yeah.
it
Well,
right
she-
away.
She's already eloquent.
No, we
That's
still
easy
we
business.
gotta make sure
Yeah.
that. Remember, we said
Yeah.
we coming with a package. And
That's
we coming
right.
hard. Yes.
And the manager don't start.
The managing staff. We're gonna do your cultural wear. What date? What date
Yes.
next year? We gonna have the pageant.
So it should be within April or May. We'll release the date soon on Facebook.
Good. Your exams at
Yeah.
UG can be finished.
Oh, listen, even better.
Yep.
Yep. The local leg of the pageant will be later this year, within November. So more details will release on that
That'll
too.
be before exams.
Correct. So at least after you win the Ramona, you head in and you just get your train, so you're ready and primed. So you can bring it home for Guyana again.
Wait a minute. What happens with the crown? Do you have to return it? Is
Oh no,
this-
baby, this is mine.
So when we do
The
our
shiny
next,
one is added to my mantle.
when we
Then,
get
yeah,
our next music video,
you have another
We
crown
got the
to
next
put
crown.
on. And
Yes.
you see, the last time you had the crown from
We
St.
had
Martin,
two.
and now you have another one.
we had 2.
Yeah, the
But
big one was with the one I won in 2015.
That was Jam
my
Zone?
first international title.
That was the Jam Zone
No,
one?
that was the Miss PJ82, the one I won.
PJ82.
in
And what was
St.
the other
Martin.
crown?
The other one was Miss Global International.
Miss Global
and,
International.
yep.
So, guys, the crowns we're talking about, at the start of our program, we play a video, More Than Worthy. That is an EduFM project. Mr. Philip Williams has a great mind putting these things together. We just say, hey, this is what we want to do. We do a little
Phil
storyboard. And
makes
he's
magic
like,
happen.
he's
Yeah.
like,
But never mind, he's very
fix it,
secretive.
fix it, fix
He's
it.
very secretive about it during the process. And he'd be like, no, you can't see it. No, if you see it, you want
The
changes.
last one that we did with the song, Mother's Love for Mother's Day. Yes, he's like, can I hear it? Can I hear it?
Yeah, he's like, nope.
He made us wait until midnight.
Yeah,
And this was
yeah.
our idea, Philip.
No,
Philip.
no.
Yeah,
Phil-
putting
Phil
Philip
would be
on blast.
Phil would be like, no. The reason I don't want you to listen to it before is because then you'll want to change something. And no.
Are we not going to try to change it? This is it.
yeah. But he has a great eye. He's very
Supportive,
talented. Yeah.
very supportive.
Yep.
So our
Yeah.
More Than Worthy video plays at the start of the program. And if you go on YouTube, our video is also there. If you go on Facebook, it's there. Just look for More Than Worthy by Simeon Brown, and there you'll find it. Our
Yeah, and
first
you'll
video.
see the video. There's just the track, and then there's also the official video, and then you'll see the crowns at the very beginning that we're referring to.
I'm
just
crowning
watch-
Ramona. Ramona is crowning
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. That was nice.
That was
and
really nice.
Look at the video; it's really nice. It's
A
inspirational.
tribute to women, telling
Yeah.
you
Mhm.
that you're more than worthy, and don't let anybody tell you otherwise.
That's
We
correct.
are the builders of the nation. We are the backbone of the nation.
Yeah.
Without us, you'll only have half of what you have,
Mhm.
maybe
True.
quarter.
Yeah. So when you guys ready to do part 2 of the video, we ready.
You know what? We should do one for women leadership.
Oh, but that's just
so
now,
short.
yeah.
That's June
Yeah.
12th. That's June 12th.
June,
Yeah, yeah.
Isn't it June 10th? Is it 10th? It's the
10th?
same day with my son's school play. That's why I can't go.
Ooh.
Where's the 10th? Why do I
Yeah.
keep thinking it's the 12th?
It's the 10th. My son has his first school play, girl. Just remember.
Nice.
I don't know. He's supposed to be representing the land of the 6 people, and he has to go dressed as ExxonMobil man. So I don't know how this works out. But It'll
You
work.
could put the
Yes.
faces of the 6 races on
his
the drum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta remake that drum because
And
due to circumstances.
his costume could be like an Amerindian headdress, a European waistcoat.
Well, he has his helmet, so I'm gonna put the headdress thingy, like get
Yeah.
something paperish to put over the helmet itself, because they want to still keep they want everybody to wear what they wore from MASH,
Oh, okay.
right? And in MASH, they were demonstrating the culture, all the aspects, and he was the ExxonMobil guy.
Oh, nice. I would love to see
Yeah,
that. I see a
yeah.
picture of that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really nice. We have a video where they were parading down, and then he saw the other kids, the older kids, and how dressed up they were. And he was like, "Oh my god!" Yeah.
He's so dramatic.
He's very dramatic.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, Alicia. I know it is 7 o'clock. It's the top of the hour, so we're gonna take our break to come with our next guest in a few minutes. But Alicia, any messages to any last words here on the program? Not last words for life, but any last words. I always say that because I don't want people to feel like I'm
Yeah.
Yeah.
eulogizing them. Okay. Last words for today's program on the pageantry and your journey going forward.
Yes. So my last words would be, I'm thankful to would have had this journey and been able to complete and bring home the crown for Guyana. So I'm happy to be sitting here as Miss International Elegant Mother 2023. It's still fresh on the tongue. And I'm imploring and just want to leave a motivational message to other mothers as well that may be looking and say, hey, I think this is something that I want to try. Take a step. Take that bold step, Ramona, and everyone else listening. And just step in and enjoy the space. Enjoy the safe platform that is provided for mothers. And what I want to leave with, as you said, on my journey, Martina will not pressure me. This is my final pageant. I'm going to enjoy the 1 year reign, and then I'm going to happily pass on the crown to the next representative of Guyana so that they can go and do phenomenal things. But I will be in the back end and still there, lending my knowledge, lending my support to the younger women as well as the mothers that will be taking part in future mother pageants as well. And it's my hope and dream as well to keep a local pageant here for mothers. So that is my new stepping stone. So I'll be in the background of the stage and not on the stage, Martina, but I'll leave it for you guys.
Thank you for choosing us for your first in-person
Yes.
interview since winning, and congratulations once again.
Congrats.
To
Thank
our
you.
listeners, thank you for staying tuned. We've got another amazing interview coming up shortly, but we're going to leave you with this inspirational, motivational dream builder video and audio.
Dream Builder is a free online
Moro wia kok manoro tiji ningai.
We are one Guyana, a place of peace, a place of love. We are one Guyana, it's paradise, it's our world.
free online learning program developed for women. The program is being offered in Guyana through an IDP and We5 funded project and empowers women through access to entrepreneurial training. In this video, 2 beneficiaries of the program in Guyana share their experience.
My most memorable moment was at the point of getting into the finances of your business. I had gone into the finances of my business, but never could have understand completely all that it takes to keep a business running based on your finances. So at first, I thought that owning a business was just all about accumulating funds to take care of family. And so most of the funds from my business, I would put into family and not think about putting it into my business back. And so during the Dream Builder program, when I got to the point of the finances and all that it takes to keep a business going financially, that was mind-blowing for me.
My most memorable experience with doing this program is completing the business plan. This business plan would have helped you in all of the aspect that is needed. I've always had a dream of building a business, but I've never ever think about a business plan and how important it is for a business. And the Dream Builder would have helped me with this. Planning, strategizing the business, and also knowing what are the key points for opening a business and sustaining it.
The Dream Builders program is the best. I would say it's the best. For me, it was mind-blowing. It was overloaded with information that you would need as an entrepreneur. Once you have an idea to start a business and you want to start a business, this program, this training is what you need.
I would tell all the women to apply. Whether you have a business or thinking of having a business, I think Dream Builder is a program for you. Because even if you don't have the resources, it can help you to think so that when you get the resources, even the business plan would help you. So even if you don't have the funds, a proper business plan will assist you in getting grants and loans.
I want to be Guyana's #1 foot spa location, and I don't just want to be taking care of people's feet, but I want to also be the #1 location for diabetic patients to receive care for their feet also. So I'm thinking big, and I'm thinking to be the solution for that medical condition, to be the place that people would say, this is where I want to go, and this is where I get the help I need.
Since I've now completed the program, the ultimate goal for my business is to keep it growing, get a stronger marketing strategy so that my business will be on the map.
Bire mazak wuro nogong. Moro wia kok manoro tiji ningai.
We are one Guyana, a place of peace, a place of love. We are one Guyana, it's paradise, it's our world.
We are back here on the Women Empowerment Program. Another exciting interview we have lined up for you right now. Martine, you want to go ahead and introduce our new guest?
Yes, excitedly. Our next guest, here in studio already, relationship coach, Michelle Cumberbatch. She's the founder and owner of Our Life's Moments Academy, and that academy serves Guyana and the Caribbean. The academy teaches individuals to love themselves and to cultivate healthy habits so they may attract and mirror the love they desire. So what you want, what you're looking for, you got to first build it in you. But the expert is going to tell you all of that. So this year, Coach Michelle is inviting you to join her Manifesting the Relationship You Want conference, focused on empowering women to cultivate self-worth and foster positive relationships. Now, you might, for our Facebook Live, you're going to see Jonathan in studio here with us. He's here to get some relationship advice. Yes.
He wanted to join. He said he'd be quiet.
He wanted to join. And hey, this is it. Motherhood. You've got to do it all. And with no apologies, sometimes the kids have to be there.
And he's waving. He's waving.
Yeah. You know what? There was a post on Facebook yesterday when Serena Williams talked about having to choose between family and her sports career. And men and some women were saying, oh, you didn't have to choose. You could have done both. Men do both all the time. Without understanding, recognizing, and appreciating the fact that when a woman is pregnant, the number of changes that our bodies go through, you can't be running up and down on a tennis court at 5 months pregnant, 6 months pregnant. You can't. A man could do it while his wife is pregnant. You got morning sickness in the early stages.
And
so
some
many
people have
things.
morning, noon, and night sickness.
Yes. Some people have.
I had that.
Some people have gravidaria, which is like throughout the entire pregnancy. The weight gain, and even after having the baby, for some people it's really tough because after there's postpartum depression. That's one. There's the weight,
blues.
the weight gain. Sometimes
Looking
you may
in
have
the
had
mirror and not feeling comfortable anymore about yourself.
stretch marks, the little tummy pooch, the
And then some
fupa.
people have the, like, I had a really black, nasty looking stretch mark on my legs. Well, now they're white, right? But at the time,
There's
oh
darkness and
they were
like if you wipe it
horrible.
with a cotton, you'd see the dirt. Like if it's
No.
dirt,
No.
I
It
might
was
that
like
was
for
my
me.
neck.
Mine was like that. It was really black. It looked like mud, but it was stretch marks. It looked really ugly, and it was like at the bottom of my belly and the side of my legs and by my hip area. Oh my god, it was horrible. I just hated looking at myself. Now they're white.
But that's the thing, when I see the posts and the criticism coming from men and some women who actually don't understand walking in her shoes, what it
and
means.
most often it comes from people that haven't been pregnant. They haven't been there.
Or even if they had, their
situation was different.
Totally
It was different.
It's totally
Because
different.
I've known some people who went through the whole 9 months of pregnancy, didn't even look like their belly was
mom.
much, right?
My
and then
mom.
they said that the baby is in their back
In their
or
back.
whatever,
Yes,
right?
yes.
And they didn't have any sort of symptoms or
My
difficulties or
first
anything.
pregnancy.
Yeah.
Within 3 weeks, I don't know how it happened. Maybe because I was 21, but I didn't have any sign that I was pregnant. I could wear a short top,
This
like a
with
tube
my
top.
son,
My first pregnancy, I was pretty awesome. Like I had
And the
energy
second one, it
of-
was a bit different, but with my daughter, like I still have some of the weight. Even now, she's going to be 3 next month. And I still have some of the weight, and I got my fupa. I'm so proud of it.
yes, I love that.
Yeah, but it's
with my
It's
son,
different.
my pregnancy only started showing at like 5 or 6 months in. That's when people noticed, or I was wearing my jeans, everything as per normal, my crop tops and everything.
Oh, wow.
Nobody knew.
yeah for my first first.
No,
as
I
well.
had a stomach all 4 pregnancies. However, my energy level was totally different for the first 2 as opposed to the last 2. And the boys are the ones that messed that up. It
Yeah,
was
I was tired. Yep.
horrible.
Always
But for my
tired.
boys, it was okay.
No, my girls, I was lifting furniture, moving stuff. I was that girl.
But
could've probably run across
I
the
was
top
doing
tennis
everything
court.
too, and
I
most
was
people
always
didn't
tired.
know I was pregnant until I posted that I gave birth.
Oh wow. You're my mom. For real,
and my pregnancy with my daughter, I didn't post. Like you could look at my photos, half shots, and you wouldn't know. I even had a photo from Mother's Day before she was born, lying down poolside sideways. But I posted on Father's Day thankful for the blessing. And so it's like everybody's like, "You didn't get pregnant?" Like,
You adopt?
yeah. And they thought it was like 2 weeks before that I had her
Mm-hmm,
because I was posting. I had just had her. Like, well, not just, like hours before had her.
I wish I'd like kept the little weight I had gained during my pregnancy after the fact. Like, oh gosh, and now I got back.
Great.
You look great.
Yeah, I mean, no.
So,
I look better
that's
then.
the problem. You see,
I looked better then.
you know what's funny?
Love yourself.
Yeah. So I, looked at a
I
picture.
do, but I still think I look better then.
No. I looked at a picture 4 years ago last night. I was like, oh my gosh. When I was this size, I remember going, I need to lose some weight.
Yes.
And now I'm here. I'm like, I want her weight.
Yep. That's totally understandable. Sometimes we have the thing that we want, and then when we lose it, we have the thing that we
right in front of
want,
your face.
and it's good, and you enjoy it,
You
and
don't
then
value it
and then you get something
moment.
else, and you're like, oh, this is better, and then you get something else. It's like, oh my God, this is bad. And every experience you have a different reaction to it. For me, I still want to lose some more of this baby fat.
And that's going to come with
But
time.
it's
gonna
not that I
come with
don't
time.
like my body. It's two different things. It's not that I don't like my body.
Right.
I like it, but I can make a change to it.
Absolutely.
Better,
And that's
yeah.
I'm glad you say that, because a lot of times I have to tell my clients, you have to look in the mirror, strip naked, and get comfortable with you. Why? Because if you no, seriously.
No, I'm laughing because my sons are now telling me I need to wear more clothing in the house. I mean, I'm wearing clothing.
Well, I am definitely.
But-
I walk around without. I just my undies
Yeah.
in my home. But look in the mirror and actually get comfortable with where you are, because wherever that deficiency is for you, if you don't acknowledge it, guess what? It's going to be the very thing that is your Achilles heel in your relationship, because you can't. You're gonna constantly want to cover it. You sit and you're not comfortable. You know, I see women sit down and they're constantly fixing. That's where you're actually weak.
Yeah, I think so. Like, I used to constantly be trying to suck in my tummy. That was,
It's your tummy.
it's mine.
Yeah. Do
If
something
you don't
about
like it, that's your problem.
Yeah, and if you want to change that, you do something about it, like going to the gym. I right now have a little tummy that I'm like, okay, Michelle, go back to the gym because you've been eating Guyanese food too much. And it's really wreaking havoc on you. You need to go to the gym.
Baby back ribs, I remember now. All right, Michelle. We're talking about self-love here all the time, guys. And that is what Michelle coaches people on, as well as relationship. Tell us about your journey. What inspired you to choose the path of relationship coaching?
So I tell people all the time, I never choose that. It chose me. And why is that? I remember as a young woman in Guyana here, 9 years old, 10 years old. I left here like 12, almost 13. And I was giving counsel to women who were adults. Like I would love to actually go back to these women and say, why did you tell me your personal business? Because I was a kid. But at that age, women would confide in me. And I'm telling you about sexual things. Like, who talks to a child like that? But that's what I mean. It wasn't something that I chose. I know colleagues that decide on coaching because it's a profitable industry. I didn't. That was my life. I've been spending money to help people when I wasn't in the industry. So now that I am, it's like I've realized what God has intended for me, and I'm living that life now.
Excellent. I mean, so you've been doing it unprofessionally since a child.
Yes.
But
How long have you been
professionally now.
Professionally,
A decade.
Yeah.
And I was doing it, so I was like tiptoeing in it, right? Because of the idea of like, okay, let's go back. This was given to me like, okay, you're gonna do this and you're gonna do like relationship, talking to people. I didn't call it coaching at that time. And I go to the lawyer and I said like, I want to share my story and my life and help people. And I don't know what I'm doing yet. I'm just figuring out. And he goes and he sat down with me and he's telling me, so are you going to be coaching? I'm like, oh, okay. I don't know what it is. I don't really know. He said, are you going to do this? Are you going to? And he keeps going down the list of things. And I'm saying yes because he's the lawyer and he's covering it. So let's go with it. And I find out like years after that that's the thing that I was supposed to be doing, and it's coaching. And he was determined for me all the time because I didn't know what I was
He
going
saw
to do.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
He
God
saw
used people in your life to actually get you to that place. And anyone could be that person that helps you to realize what you're supposed to do.
Sometimes it could be a situation that helps you to, like,
Yeah.
so you said you wanted to tell your story. What's your story to help people?
You don't have enough time.
In a nutshell.
In a nutshell, okay? In a nutshell, I married my childhood sweetheart with the premise that so my family is a good family. Not saying his family is not a good family, but he was selling drugs. And,
Oh, man.
my mom said, you're not married, no. And so he was supposed to stop, get a job, and that's what I thought he did. And so I married him, and despite all the signs, and this is so important, like women see signs every day and they ignore it. Let me just give you a couple of them. This is mark on my hand here. This is the night before my wedding. A car run into my hand, smashing. I had 7 hours of surgery. My sister, my first bridesmaid, broke into hives with pus all over her face the night before. 3 of my bridesmaids' dresses disappeared. Could not find it. The license was missing for 3 hours, postponed the wedding. The car that was supposed to take me could not find my location, had to go with a rinky-dink car. The car show up after. And I could keep going. My mom's zipper.
Oh, my God.
The bride,
If those weren't signs.
the bride's mother dress. You know, a bride's mother dress is important. That zipper broke. My mom had to pick a dress out of the car, and I could keep going. And those were all signs that were put in place.
Like, this is, and you got over them and you're like, I'm showing the devil.
Don't be say that.
I'm going to show the devil
yeah,
not
he's trying to
today.
show-
And this was a message from God all the
Yeah,
time.
right? I literally went into surgery, spent 7 hours, come out, and they said there's no way you can leave this hospital. In order for you to leave the hospital, the actual legal team came in to make sure they were not liable for anything happening to me after. And I went and got married. Could not say I do. I was just Murphy, totally drug out.
Whoa.
But after that, all that, and this big wedding, 30 days later, my husband was incarcerated for what he said he had stopped doing, leaving me and my 2 daughters abandoned and without the husband I thought I had. So that brings
Relationship coach, when you see those red flags,
Dang.
run.
Yes. Unfortunately, at that time, I was in love with the story, and that's what happened to a
Yeah.
lot of women.
Childhood
You're in love with
sweetheart.
potential.
No, I was in love with the story. The story
The
of
childhood
going
sweetheart.
to school with your childhood sweetheart, marrying your childhood sweetheart, having kids, that white picket fence. Girl,
First love kind of thing.
yeah. They could keep their story. That's what I said. Keep your story.
I can't talk my story.
Because her story is the story.
What's your story? Your story.
Childhood
That's it,
sweetheart.
yeah.
That's awesome.
23
but
years this
That's
year.
awesome. But that wasn't mine.
But that's it. Everybody's story won't be the same.
Your story, right? Your story is
Yeah.
not my story.
Yeah.
My story was that I was supposed to actually look at that and say.
But
my
you had
mom-
warning signs.
Oh, I had. Gosh, I just give you like 10.
and not even just the events of the night, but
Oh,
you,
there was-
the drugs, and your mom was saying don't. And
Yes, my-
sometimes we as young people don't want to listen to experience. And when it's your parents,
also,
Worse yet, you don't want to hear?
you're gonna prove them wrong.
Also, I want to say this. I was under somewhat unconscious pressure. And what that means is that my mom had my dad, and that was the only one. And I didn't want to break that. I was like, for me, mentally, that was
and you
something-
already had 2 children.
I had 2 children
Yeah.
with him. And I was like, mentally, I got that story that, your childhood sweetheart is the one. And, you only first. And that's great. But in the process, there was things that didn't add up.
You just covered those red flags.
Right. And so what they say, the math is not matching. That was the case for us. And I think I don't have no regrets. I celebrate every one of those incidents that happened because it led me to today.
Where you're at.
To
It
where I
taught
am,
you
yeah.
something.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, what are some of the challenges you face doing your work as a relationship coach? I mean, aside from people probably not listening to you.
Oh, no. I don't have that issue.
Yeah.
No, I don't. Every woman that's attracted to me is attracted to me because of who I am. If you're repelled by me, it's okay because who you are. So I don't have that issue. Everyone that come into my space, they're literally ready to actually move forward.
Okay.
They're ready to actually take those steps. They want what I'm
They're serious.
offering. Yeah. Even if they're not serious, they know what they want. It might be something like I have a young lady right now, beautiful young lady. She came, she did the course, but she was 1 foot in, 1 foot out. And I know what her struggle is, and it comes down to that financial. That's such a big thing here in Guyana.
The support system is not there for her to.
Yes, so she has this life that lends to a really good financial support, but the support comes with a cost. And every time we realize, or we should realize, that we are given something for something else. So if you want that, you want to be able to do all the nice things that you want to afford, all the cute things. And, well, if you're consciously subjecting yourself to it, hey, that's okay. But if you're pretending it's not happening, you know, that wears on your psyche a lot.
So do you coach individuals, couples, groups? Like, who is your target?
So in the U.S., I coach actually one-on-one. That's where I was, because I had a lot of one-on-one clients. Then I moved to one-to-many, and that's group coaching.
Okay.
Because I could touch a greater. I'm just.
Is it just relationships, like love relationships, like what?
So I am also a life coach, but I don't really push that side of me because, in order, my academia and my experience pushed me into the relationship space.
Okay.
Life coaching, my academia support, but my experience, I think, is more lent into that relationship. And that's where I have gotten great success with women. I see women, like every time I see a woman, I see her, she's 10 years Michelle, 10 years ago Michelle, 15 years ago Michelle. So I have that way of bringing her forward because I've been there. I've walked in your shoes. I know what it is to be where you are. It might not be all the same circumstances, but it's pretty.
Red flag is a red flag.
Girl, red flag.
So like I recently heard somebody say there are no such things as red flags.
Okay, so
you can call it pink if you want.
I don't even call them. I call mine were sheets. They were red sheets that I ignore because, and this is what 95. Yeah, so this is more than 20. I've been with my husband 28 years.
It's like 30 minus 2, 28 years.
Right. So yeah, that was a Michelle who was still in the process of being cultivated, and God was still working with me, and I was still in somewhat in this. When I said the secular world, I mean like the world determined. I don't care about trends. I don't care about anything but what I know to be true, and that's what I follow. And you're gonna like me or you don't, but it's okay.
So now let's talk about the conference. We're gonna know if we're gonna like you at this conference. So what is this Manifesting the Relationship You Want conference about?
Manifesting the relationship you want is a word that I chosen intentionally. It gets the attention, but it also speaks to what you want to actually get. Most time people want to manifest something, they want to manifest something outside of them. I want to meet a man that's going to make me complete. They want a job that as soon as I get this job, everything is going to be better. As soon as I do this, everything's going to transform. It's actually a lie that's been sold to us, and we have bought it hook, line, and sink. Now, I have my own theory, and I call it this circle here, and this circle here, right? I was going to say something, but I'm not going to say. It's a gap that we all are born with. It's a space that we need to fill. You just feel incomplete, that you just desire more. You don't know what it is, but you just desire more. We chase after it in different ways: career, kids, family. But for me, it's a connection with the Creator. As I get in line with that, my gap closes. As I get in line with that, because I'm in line with that, I'm in line now with self, and it closes more. Because I'm in line with self, my passion is realized. And so that gap, that thing that you're looking for, that's how I see it.
It's in you first.
Absolutely. And so as you align yourself, you actually come into your space. So I'm going to help
you're completing yourself before you.
There you go. So I'm not 50%, I'm 100%. When people tell me, I'm really offended. Oh, you're 50%. No, we're not. I'm 100%, and he's 100%.
Yeah, that's how we did our company shares. And the people ask me what I meant like that. I'm like, he owns 100, I own 100.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not 50, he own half
No,
and 50.
no, no.
I own 100.
Yeah.
And he owns 100. We own 100 together.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they were like, no, it can't be like that. That's not how they normally do it. I said, don't change it. That's what I say. 100, 100.
Yeah, think about it. Life happens regardless if you want it or not. Like, there's a woman who's gonna wake up and have to deal with her husband infidelity. There's a woman who's gonna wake. Oh my God! Think of the women who are or the families that are dealing with the loss. Right? Life happened regardless. It happened to innocent people. You wake up and you deal with that, right? But if you're not 100, how the heck do you get to deal with that? If you're 50 now and something like that hits you, you're totally depleted. What's
Yeah,
there
it's like
to-
the thing we say, you can't pour from an empty
empty
cup.
right? You have to.
You got to
be
keep
able-
your cup full.
Right, absolutely. So if I am only 50 and I'm hit with something like that, oh my gosh, I'm done.
Now you gotta be dependent on the other 50.
Yeah. So
And
if
then-
you're 100, you at least like okay.
All right, you
All
pull
right.
yourself together.
Yeah, still
And
have
who
hope.
supports who if you're both at 50? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? If you get hit by it,
Yes.
something, who supports who?
Right.
Who is the shoulder to lean on?
And then what that happens, then we actually turn to the world, and we don't really know that we are turned into the world, but we do, right? Because the world starts speaking to us. But girl, if I was you, they come in different voices, right? You know what I mean?
Sometimes
And-
it's your own inner voice too.
You have to struggle with that because you're letting that in because you're depleted. You have nothing to sustain you to keep you going. And so I tell my clients, okay, so I'm a poor actual substitute for God's word because I am just coming alongside of that and supporting you with techniques to actually push you through that, right? Because I live in my word. Like I need it because if I don't have it, there's a day you might catch me off guard. I might want to be like, oh, I could do this. No, but my word is my support. It actually helps me to stand firm in what I know to be true. But if I'm not getting fed by that, what is the thing that I'm being fed by? Because if you're not doing one, you're doing something else. Don't fool yourself. You will be doing something.
So what can I expect coming to this conference?
So I'm going to be having a master class and I'm going to have a workshop. The workshop is going to, both are going to be very interactive, but the workshop is going to have literature to support it, so you're working along with it. But I'm going to force you to actually interact with the sisters around you. And I shouldn't just say sisters because guys are buying tickets too, so it's going to be guys and women there. But I want you to understand, when I go into a room, I pay hundreds and even thousands of dollars to go into a room with people who are much more equipped than I am, that could take me to the next level, right? I don't want to be the smartest in the room because that means I'm limited, right? So when I go into those rooms, the energy that's created in those rooms makes me come out of there and know that I can do anything I needed to do. I have gotten. I wanted to create that for the women here in Guyana because I could have done it at somewhere that was less expensive and I would have made more money. That was not what I was going after. I was going about shifting the way we process things, how we think. You go in that space that I'm creating is no different than the space that I would go into in the U.S.
And then the other thing is we've got a high incidence of domestic violence, relationship issues in Guyana, and a lot of it is linked to a woman's lack of independence or high dependence.
I think high dependence, right? So I just did a workshop on Friday. Is love enough? Of course, the answer is absolutely no. But in that 2010 to 2020, there was 8,000 women who died from domestic violence. You guys understand?
In Guyana.
In Guyana. This is concentrated, localized. 8,000 women. I was flabbergasted, right? Because
That's a 1% of our population.
there we go. So I was thinking how small the population is to have that great number. And then in 2019, there was 18,000 reported incidents. 18,000? What
That's
about
like
the ones-
2.5, nearly 3% of the population.
What about the ones that
And
were
that's
so
the whole
scared?
population
Right.
of the country.
Right.
When you look at the
And then what about children? If
that,
you
but hold
subtract-
on, when
yeah.
you look at the women's population, then we say it's 18% of the whole country, 2% of the whole country. But when you look at the population of women, then you see it goes up to like 10%
Yeah.
perhaps.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. For me, that was really alarming. And I think a reason for that is, as you said, that high dependency. Um, I don't have a problem with the woman being dependent on her spouse. I have a problem with a woman being dependent on a spouse that is not equipped to have a woman dependent on him. He's not there.
I love that.
He's not
Yeah.
there, right? He's not
And he's
equipped.
abusive
He's
and-
yes.
yeah.
So that comes back to how I know who I am, so I can choose better. Because if I don't know who I am, I settle for anything that comes my way that looks like it could furnish what I need right now, the immediate gratification.
Wow. Immediate gratification, and whatever it is you're seeking the gratification for, whether it's compliments, money, sex, going out, conversations, whatever it is you're seeking, and it comes, even if it's short in other ways and there are red flags, you're taking it along with the red flags.
Back to me, right? So my ex-husband was not abusive, was not mean. He loved, adored me, and all that good stuff. But indirectly, that situation was abusive for me. I was constantly in turmoil. I was so living a life of fear. That is not me. I didn't grow up like that.
And is it really love?
Well,
Because the person could be doing all these things to make you feel good, but doing all these other things that endanger you.
right. So I love that point because love protects.
Yeah.
Love protect. So as much as he wasn't physically, oh my God, my mental was crazy. I was constantly that environment was totally not what I was used to, and so I was trying. So I have found, and this is because of my research and my clients and the women who sought after my help, that most time a woman is in that situation where she is settling is because she have not found herself, and she have not found herself because she have not tapped into what the passion God have put on her, right? So that means she's settled. She don't think she can do anything.
Because you don't know your worth. You don't know you're worth $1 billion. Were you willing to
Oh,
sell
girl.
yourself for $2?
Oh, girl. So I said to them, you have a crown and no one could take it. Don't relinquish your crown to anyone, right? It will get shifted because life happens.
But
But
then-
that, you straighten that bad boy up and you'll be good. So I want women to recognize their worth. And so I'm going to force you to actually dive into how you do that. I want you to actually understand that your financial stability depends on how you decide. Because if you're not, the hierarchy say you need food, basic needs, and you need housing. Those are the reasons most women are actually settling for relationships that don't feed them the things they need. Because they're getting the immediate
Food and
need.
housing.
Yes, the basic necessity.
And that's
to
why they
live.
also don't leave the situation.
Right.
Because
Right.
they're getting food and housing,
Right.
and no matter what else is happening.
Right. So we need to understand if we tap into our passion, I don't care what it is. I think also we have a society that kind of looks down on people who are doing what they will call jobs that are not coming from a formal education. I think we need to stop that, because wherever you are, that's where you need to be, and you just need to do it with excellence. I know there's a story, a book that I read. Guy came off of oh my gosh, why am I going to blank? He was a trade salesperson, like stocks.
Okay.
Right, and he did that, and he was a six-figure. And he said, I can't do this one day. He said, I can't do it anymore. And he actually resigned. And guess what he was going to? He said, I'm a people person. I need to be interactive. And so he went and he got a taxi.
Oh my God.
A taxi. Could you imagine what the family was thinking? After he left a six-figure job, tell me, but he going to get a taxi. He would have served
No, I
people.
would have taken them for therapy.
But
Like,
he
child?
did. He did, right? And this is what he did. Every person that came into his car, he would offer them, well, his car, let's start there, was the cleanest car ever, right? But he would offer you, actually, type of music you wanted. Do you want classic? Do you want reggae? Whatever it is that you want, he would give you to
It was
you.
a full service.
Right. His newspapers, all the New York newspapers, he will offer you. And he just serviced people. He gave them all he had. And at every trip, he felt so refreshed. And then people start stopping, going to other taxi and just waiting for this taxi. Do you know he made more than he was making on the stock market. That's what it was. The stock market,
Well,
doing what he was supposed to do. He was in the business of servicing, and he was servicing people. And when you do whatever it is you do, there's a woman I had Auntie Ruby chicken for the other day, and I was like, yo, my fingers are like, I don't know who can make chicken foot like her. So why shouldn't she not do
Who,
her
Auntie
best?
Ruby?
Auntie Ruby is this little piece of woman. She does
Finance?
I don't know Auntie
I
Ruby
know
last
Auntie
name.
Ruby's make chicken food nice. She could cook, and her son could cook. He's a chef, Andrew.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my god! But she's this little tiny woman, and she cooks. I'm just saying, it doesn't matter, and we need to
If that's your
give
thing,
people
tap into
space
it.
to actually live in what their real story is, and stop trying to rewrite people's story for them or interrupt their story by saying you are not worth anything by doing just that. You're not just anything. The word that you, so I'm big on words. So anytime you put just in front, then you just minimize what you're doing. So there's not just lady making chicken foot. She makes incredible chicken foot.
Finger licking
Finger-licking
chicken
chicken
foot.
foot, right? And if you actually give her the right marketing and she had the right tools, she might be marketing to chicken foot all over the Caribbean.
She got a
It's
whole little factory manufacturing and
Right.
exporting and
Right.
packaging nice.
Yes,
And so,
yes.
yeah, it starts small.
Yes. So
Yeah.
I believe.
Like that the egg ball place. You see,
Yes, I saw
Caribbean
that thing
Airlines
today.
branded their yeah.
Was it they call it best egg ball, one stop egg? Something I saw. It was
Right,
like, wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
So-
Egg ball?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And there's I had on my focus board. I wanted some people to come into my home to start cleaning my house. So I put it on my board. I was like, I need to get help. I can't clean this house. And then so I have 5 women come one time and they clean the house. I'm like, Lord, thank you, Jesus, because Michelle spent 2 hours just on the floor, and they do. That's their thing. I do not get to function successfully and do what I'm supposed to do because it takes away time to go and do that. That so you gotta understand whatever your talent is, you sitting across here, you sitting there, that's your thing. Do it with excellence. If someone else is weeding grass, let them do it with excellence, and then we all will actually realize what is supposed to happen in our lives.
When I came back again, I said, I'm not getting into radio. This was 2018. I'm like, I did that for so many years. And
Here
then
we
it
are.
found me. And
Do
I'm
you
here.
love it?
I love it.
Exactly.
I love it.
Do you feel exhausted, but still tomorrow morning you're ready to do it again?
I'm not exhausted.
You see? Well, I must tell you,
It's exciting.
It's exciting, but I am tired today. Like today, I was exhausted. I woke up at 2:30 to get my husband to the airport, and then I didn't sleep back.
Well, I can
and
understand that.
I was exhausted. I'm saying. Everybody
It
was
wasn't
like,
your work. It was 2 o'clock in
True,
the airport.
true.
You see, for me, I started getting anxiety for the program. At 4 o'clock, I'm here. I don't need to be here at 4 o'clock. The program is at 6.
Wow.
But I'm here
Yeah, and
at
I'm always
4
last
o'clock.
moment. So she would usually sometimes start the script and then send it over to me, and I will do the final touches and add the rest questions and whatever. And I'm just there like, yeah, 5:30 is when I put it in questions.
And it's not anxiety. It's just that you want to serve the listeners with the best experience.
Yes.
And what they're tuning in to listen, they get all of it.
Oh, I love
Like-
that.
They want to know about your conference. When is it? How much time do we have?
So you have from 9 o'clock the doors open, and that's going to give the vendors an hour at least in the morning. But the vendors are going to have hours after the conference, in between the conference. But 9 o'clock, we're going to open to the vendors. 10
And on
o'clock,
which day?
August 27th, so Sunday. I picked that day intentionally to accommodate people who are working. That's a day that's unanimously, people are off most of the time. So the 27th of August, tickets are on sale. You could get it at Pegasus. There's a number to dial. You could get it at, oh goodness, Zembuka, and there's a whole bunch of other places. You can get it. Oh my
I don't know why it's slipping your mind. You're having a pageant blank moment.
Yes, isn't that horrible?
Oh my goodness. So for the conference on the 27th, is there a separation? Like, do you get access to more training, more courses if you choose VIP or general?
What's the difference between the two?
So VIP, you're gonna actually have first. You're gonna have time with me because I'm gonna have lunch with the VIPs. My whole family are gonna be there. Oh, your swag bag is on point because I gotta step it up. You get more. I am doing lunch and snack for VIP. I'm doing lunch and 2 snacks. You are gonna get to pick my brain. If it's one thing I know that if I ever regretted was getting to sit at my coach table. Of course, my coach table will come in with a $25 bill, $25,000 bill. But I mean, that was my first opportunity. Now I force myself. I close my eyes, swipe my card, and keep it moving because I know that's where you get to ask those questions that you can't get answered in the group. So that's one of the big things. But I am going to have a panel of men on there. I'm going to have someone speaking on
I was going to
finance.
ask that because I'm hearing women. Glad to know that the men are there.
Oh, yeah. I want the men.
Oh, the men will be attending too.
Yes, and I want the men to actually get to answer questions. So what I'm doing is putting them on the panel to actually answer truthfully, transparent. Like, why did you choose this woman after you had so many women? What was it that made you not choose them? What was the thing that made you choose her? And I want the women
How
to...
did you know?
Yes. I want them to know because we have heard men coach women all the time, but I am talking about a more intimate where he's being transparent about his life. Like, tell her because she might be busy thinking the body is what's going to keep him, but the body's what got him. The woman is going to be the one that keeps him, right? So it's going to be her characters, the ability to be loyal to him, to make him feel safe to be a man in the space that he's supposed to hold, because he doesn't even come into his whole fullness until he find a woman that recognizes him to hold that position, right? And just stuff like that. I want them to really get it because there's so many women living a life of placeholders right now, waiting for a man's wife to come along. And I'm like, no, sis, you shouldn't. You're worth so much more. Why would you even just sitting there? And I've noticed that there's a lot of women who are in relationships for 10 and 20 and oh Lord, I am like no sis, no.
After year 2, I mean,
No.
2 years is long, but still after year 2.
Let me tell you, total transparency. I was with my husband for 4 years before we got married. Oh my God, it was the hardest thing. My mom, she was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Mom, we gotta get certain things." She was on me. She was constantly on me because guess what? When a man gets comfortable in a space, he don't care to disturb it. That's why we need a movement right now to get women shifting the actual space because all the men are going, everything working good for me.
Because you're giving everything. And for them, they're not uncomfortable.
No, everything worked good for me. Why would I change it? And I'm saying, if our sisters keep honestly standing firm and saying no to taking someone else's husband, no to getting involved with a man you know is not available, and just keep saying the no's and not be fearful. Like somebody I know across there, I am super, super proud of you because you, and I often tell women, singleness is not actually a prison.
No, it's freedom.
Oh my gosh! Say a word.
Sorry, honey.
I think a lot of women are afraid to be single to the point where they take people that are meant to be there for a season of their life just to teach them a specific lesson, and they keep them there
for a longer
long,
time.
and then you suffer.
Yeah,
That's why you
wake
find
up and snap out of it, girl.
Yeah. So I say anytime a woman chooses to be single, I celebrate that. If you're taking singleness because of frustration, that's something different. I don't want anyone to be so frustrated that she said, I'd rather be single. I want the woman to say, you know what, this
I
season,
choose
I
it.
just want to do me.
Have fun.
And when you're
Oh,
comfortable being single, then whatever comes is supposed to complement your singleness. Well,
Actually, you're absolutely on point. When you can celebrate being alone,
anything somebody else brings to the
girl.
table just complements you
oh
and
my
your
gosh,
life.
yes. You're not scared. You're not living up. I go to the movies and I have a big popcorn. I'm the only one at 12 o'clock in the movies. I just run the whole space out. My husband's like, "Babes, where you at?" Sweetie, I took a break.
Yeah.
But the movie's like, you're the movies? Babes, how many times you gonna say this? You know if I go there, that's yes, I'm at the movies by myself. And there's one other old man, he's down at the bottom.
Maybe he's taking a break too.
But yeah, get happy with being alone.
But
If you
you
can
see,
be happy by yourself, that's
Yes.
like
it's easier said
Yeah.
than done though. Like in order to do that, you have to be healed. You need to understand being single is not a bad thing. It's never a bad thing. There are certain things that we have to work on or for ourselves. We can't, and that's the thing. I've come across so many people that I want a man that does this and that, but do you
they're
do
not
this?
thinking-
Wait.
Do
I
you
love this.
do
So,
this and that?
so I have four.
Preach.
So, okay, I have a program. First, love yourself, and then I have date with a purpose, becoming his wife, and relationship rehab. Those are my 4 signatures. Now, I would get a woman in.
oh Lord, Philip, we could go till 9:00.
I would get a woman in dating with a purpose that she would give me a whole litany of things that she needs.
And what you
And
talking
I
to the
said,
table?
okay, this is great. What does this man look like? And she's like, well, he's this, this, and this. Well, if he's that done, is he looking for you? Because guess what? We only focus on what we're desiring.
yes,
But
exactly.
guess what? It got to come full force. It's a
Are you coming
twofold.
with something in your basket
Girl.
that he's looking for?
You can't tell me you're looking for actually a man who is a God-fearing man or a man who's fitness
you don't go to
oriented.
church.
And you don't go to church.
Or
You need
gym.
dance.
Right,
Where is he? He's not there. Sis, you are
Right,
located in
right.
the wrong place.
You're not gonna find him where you go.
No, and this is
And
what,
that thing where you said they're looking in the wrong place.
oh, absolutely.
We quite often you would hear women saying, yes, I want a calm man. I want a man that worships God. And these are and you don't see them in church?
No.
Where you going to find this man? You find a God-fearing man in the club.
Listen, I see Ramona writing down everybody who sees she in church Sunday.
No, but it's something that so I think a lot. I think about these things. And if you're not comfortable being alone, if you're not comfortable being alone, the moment somebody comes along and they try to swar you with their charms and everything else,
I love the word
right?
swar.
Then you're gonna fall for it because you don't want to be single,
Yeah,
and so
you don't
that enables you to tolerate a lot more than you should.
And
right?
soon as that one break up, you jump into another one because you're
Correct.
filling that space.
And
want
so
life
you're
to
not
continue.
healing.
You
You're
see
not
that
healing.
circle, right?
Yeah.
And then you have people saying, "Oh, I went through this with Tom, but Harry did me the same thing." That's because when you don't heal,
You didn't
or
learn
you
from
didn't
your
learn your
mistake.
lesson, so your cycle repeats itself.
Yeah.
And yeah, like
Ramona, come in and join coaching.
no, I think a lot. I think a lot about these things. Like,
No,
if you're
this
not-
is good. This is really good because you're consciously aware of it. You're going to be consciously
And then
making
some people
decisions.
end up
Yeah,
back in
yeah.
the same situation with the person because they never let go. And they easily, because the person fit the ideal that they still have in their mind, although they come with a dirty package, they go back in that situation thinking it's going to be different. You know what? I had walked out and he knows that I'm serious or she knows that I'm serious. And then they go back into that same situation and it's either worse or the same
Yeah.
because they didn't learn their lesson.
Yeah.
One of the things you got to learn to do from I'm looking at your profile and your social media and all your comments is cut off. Cut them off.
the
Yeah.
no
Fix
contact
yourself.
period. The no
Yeah.
contact period.
Yes, absolutely.
There's no contact period.
There's no contact period.
No contact period. I've been watching your stuff. Cut them off. Everything. They don't exist.
No, it's
Yeah.
true because
Yes.
actually, you're actually think about it. Like every time you, if a guy have 3 women, he's gonna treat all 3 of them differently. Why?
Yeah,
is
it depends
that?
on what they give and who they are and what
Yes.
they demand.
Exactly. So if that's the case, why aren't you expecting more of yourself? Right? So I tell women, you have to make sure if you're gonna make some stipulation that this is what's gonna happen, make sure you follow through because exactly what's gonna happen is that you're gonna teach him, he can push you a little bit more.
Yeah, you'll teach him how to treat you. So, August 27th from 9 a.m. at Pegasus.
Yes.
$15,000 to attend.
Yes.
And if you're a vendor, 30,000.
Yes, ma'am.
I've been researching.
I
this.
see. I love it.
And anything you want to know about relationships, if you want to get VIP, you can talk to Michelle directly. She's a coach. if you want to go general, you still get to talk to the experts and you still be part of the interactions with the opposite sex and people of the same sex and different experiences. So you'll still get a wholesome experience.
Yes.
Tell me something. Can I pick up a ticket at Pegasus? And
Yes.
which one of the Pegasus you're talking about?
The
The
new
new one?
Pegasus. Okay, so
Okay.
you call the number, and she's gonna bring the tickets to you because she is my coordinator.
Oh, can I
She's-
give her number out?
Yes, it's on the. Oh my
Okay, I
gosh,
have
why
it.
are you-
I was chatting with her today.
Oh, good. You see how?
So it's 694-9614, and you can ask her anything about the conference, okay? 694-6 WhatsApp 694-9614. You can follow Coach Michelle at Coach Michelle Cumberbatch for updates and other announcements. And you can go to the website www.manifestingtherelationshipyouwant. Exactly what the conference name is.
Yep.
Manifestingtherelationyouwant.com. So registration is open. Get your ticket, $15,000, and it could be you getting that relationship that you actually dream about, and then you don't have to dream about it anymore.
It becomes a reality.
Yes.
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 But you know something, something stood out when you talk about being whole. Many people we haven't been single. You grew up with brothers and sisters and your parents, and you're accustomed to having people around you. And then you've dated and you go out and you probably start living home for some people, or you get married and you've got kids, and then your marriage falls apart. And in the case of the man, maybe he doesn't have the kids and he's lonely, or she doesn't have the kids and she's lonely, and you don't know how to cope with loneliness because you've never been lonely. You've never learned to manage your time by yourself.
Yeah.
There's always somebody around
Yeah.
you. And I want to know, are you going to be talking about those kinds of relationships and looking into those things at the conference?
So I am going to be focused on. I like that you brought up the fact that you don't know how to be by yourself, right? That's because our culture have said if you're not with someone, something is wrong with you. Now that's where I want to speak.
Nothing is wrong with you, Jonathan.
I want to speak to you actually feeling that you do not need someone else to complete you. You came into this world by yourself. Chances are, unless somebody you die the same time, you will die by yourself. Being able to say that I can be alone does not make you like something wrong with you. And that's what I'm going to speak to. I want to actually talk to women and men about that. But we have to talk also about the mental aspect, right? The mental aspect, that there's a direct correlation between the workplace bottom line and the women and how they perform. Every time you are affected at home, guess what? You're affected at work. You bring that. And so I want to speak to that as well. It's so much I want to cover. I wish I had 2 days to cover everything.
Maybe you should.
No, till next year, next week. This is a little, got tiptoe, girl, tiptoe.
You're creeping before you walk.
Yes, don't go running. You want to fall down.
Because you want to give us a good experience.
Yes.
That you went next year, you go 2 days.
Exactly.
You'd be like, I wanted so much more last
Yes,
year.
yes,
I'm
absolutely.
finally getting it.
Yes.
So who are the vendors? Like, what are they going to be offering? Is it
There
vendors
is
selling
clothing.
food?
No, we cannot bring food into the Pegasus. No
Okay.
food.
So clothing.
Clothing. There's a pharmacy. My one of my clients, she has a pharmacy, and she's going to be one of the vendors. There are going to be makeup. We're going to have skincare. We're trying not to duplicate. So that people can have that space, and you
Unique
look.
stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
So we're gonna have.
Minimize the competition.
You're gonna
essentially.
have me as a vendor as well. I'm
Okay.
gonna be releasing my journal, and my journal is called "Who I Am, Whose I Am, and Completing I Am."
Nice. All right. So again, we have here in studio with us Coach Michelle Cumberbatch. She's the founder and owner of Our Life's Moments Academy, which serves Guyana and the Caribbean. She's inviting you to join her. $15,000 is the cost to attend the conference on manifesting the relationship you want, empowering women to cultivate self-worth and foster positive relationships. This is from 9 a.m. at Pegasus, the new Pegasus Conference building here on Battery Road. and you're going to get all you need to know about
Oh, man.
relationships.
You will not leave that conference the same way you came in. I promise that. You will not. I am going to shift, and there's going to be transformation in that room. The synergy that's going to be created is going to be incredible, because every woman that's going to purchase a ticket is a woman who is looking for a next level of her life. She's not coming there. The woman who's not there wanting that, she's not going to come. So imagine the room full of women who desire
want
the
it.
same thing.
Yeah.
You guys said, where two or more gather in my midst, it shall be done, and it will be done on August 27th.
All right.
Right.
Top of the hour, 8 o'clock. Thanks for staying tuned to the Women Empowerment Program here on EduFM with me, Martina Johnson, and my co-host, Ramona Luthi.
Bye.
Good night, and thank you,
Good
Ashwini.
night.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
When I was younger, I was surrounded by the words of you can't and you won't. They saw a loser, I saw a little girl who chose to work towards all her goals. I am a dreamer, I'm a believer, I'll never fight, but I will ignore. So no matter what they tell me, I'll never hear a sound. 'Cause I'm gonna get up back from the ground, won't let them bring me down. I am a strong woman, I am a strong woman. I got my superpowers from my mother, she wears a crown. I am a strong woman, I am a strong woman. Now I am older with so much wisdom, wisely choosing my friends as I grow. Grateful for this life, grateful for my choice, grateful I got a mind of my own. I am a champion, I am a winner, I'm number one, not 2, 3, or 4. So no matter what they tell me, I'll never hear a sound. 'Cause I'm gonna get up back from the ground, won't let them bring me down. I am a strong woman, I am a strong woman. I got my superpowers from my mother, she wears a crown. I am a strong woman, I am a strong woman. So no matter what they tell me, I'll never hear a sound. 'Cause I'm gonna get up back from the ground, won't let them bring me down. I am a strong woman, I am a strong woman. I got my superpowers from my mother, she wears a crown. I am a strong woman, I am a strong woman. 'Cause I'm gonna get up back from the ground, won't let them bring me down. I am a strong woman, I am a strong woman. I got my superpowers from my mother, she wears a crown. I am a strong woman, I am a strong woman. 'Cause you're gonna get up back from the ground, won't let them bring you down. You are a strong woman, you are a strong woman. You got your superpowers from your mother, she wears a crown. You are a strong woman, you are a strong woman.